morning. It is 6:21 a.m. and my car is warming up. It's cold. It's 14 degrees outside. It's probably not that bad. I'm just looking bright. I'm in southeast Queensland. Oh, I've got fennel in my teeth. Oh, what am I drinking? Lemon drink with apple cider vinegar, fennel seeds, whole lot of goodness. Good for me, you know. Morning routine. I'm taking on the ride a little bit earlier because the sun is rising at 6:26. I've got 5 minutes to get to the beach, and it takes me 6 minutes to get down there. So, yeah, we're probably going to miss it. The car's warmed up. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to put you down because in Australia, you can't be driving holding your phone, right? So I'm going to put you down, put you on my hat, right? There you go. You can sit on my hat. I'll open the roof for you. There you go. Oh my gosh. Put the windows down because it's actually all fogging up. My gosh. I'm making too much condensation in here. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. I could have put the demister on, but you know, when you put the demister on, oh, and it's cold air's coming through the windows now. Oh, okay, that's better. Oh, all right, all right. Okay, so yeah, I'm Dora. If you're new here, yes, you're looking at my sunroof and my window. That's my hand. Say hello. We are a couple of k's from the beach. Probably 2 k's, 3 k's from the beach. And yeah, we like to go out to see the sunrise in the morning. And I turned the live on earlier because sometimes it takes a while to get, notify people that I'm online. It was nice to have my friends online and have a little chat to me. But I'm quite happy to talk to myself also, or to random strangers. And when I say random strangers, that's a nice thing to say, like, because you are random, I don't know who you are. But it's interesting on a live. I've actually made friends with some really nice random strangers. And those random strangers have now become my friends. Like, give you an example. Matt Launton, he's from Cheshire, like the Cheshire Cat. I met him on a live. Yeah, would never have known him otherwise. He would never check out my content. I mean, maybe he might now because we're connected, but he likes lives. He actually he sent me a message for another live to check out, a lady called Katie from Alaska. I can't, like, we are definitely fogging up. Okay, we need to put the mister on now, guys. You hear it. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, I could probably turn it on to heat. So yeah, so I've met some really nice random people on lives. So I'm all open to random. I am pretty random myself. Like, I am you can't even hear me now. Okay, now we gotta get the light. Go, 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 go. Oh, we're going through an orange light. It's okay. It's okay. We didn't go through a red light, we went through an orange light. Okay, that's good, guys. That is good. It is 6:25. We are going to get there for sunrise, guys. Don't stress. Don't stress. I'm really talking to myself, really, to be honest, because I don't think there's anyone there. Not that I'm looking. But what I am looking at is a whole lot of clouds. So you know what that means? We're going to get a nice sunrise, first of all. But it also means that we're not going to get the actual sunrise. But if we are patient, we will get a nice sunrise. It's just we're not going to see the rise because the clouds are in the way. Okay, so because we've got some time, you know what? I'm going to take you to a different area. Just a bit higher, not a different area, but just where we normally will start off is different. We're going to start somewhere differently. Oh, it's cold on the beach. The beach is cold. I wish I could show you what I'm looking at. It's very pretty. Like, obviously it's light already because it is now 6:26. So the sun is supposed to rise now, but that's all right. Taking you higher because I like to walk down the beach, showing you, or should I say up the beach, showing you the sunrise. So then we've got more of a beach to show you. So yeah, we're just going to park in a completely different place. Oh, there's a bit of beach. The tide is coming up. Okay, it's different too. We've been quite lucky actually. We've been having quite good tides in the mornings when I've been walking. Like low tide. It's hard to walk. Like it's not hard to walk on. It's nice to walk on. Like sand is compact and wet. Not wet, but yeah, we're wet. Yeah, it's so much easier to walk on. All right, so we are going right up to high, and yep, can't see the sunrise. Clouds are in the way. False start. That's all right. This is Mother Nature. We can't dictate what happens with the sunrise and the clouds and all those things. Like animals, you can't dictate what happens. You know, you really want to see a koala in the trees when you do a live, and they're just not showing. That's okay. That is Mother Nature. All right, so we are going up to Scott's Point. Scott's Point's that really nice area where the cove is. I just thought, let's start there. Let's start somewhere different, right? Actually, yes, very good idea. Dora, you have the ideas today. We're taking you up to the top of Scott's Point, so we're actually seeing the point where they see the sunrise. And, you know, though there's not anything rising, but that's not the point. That's not the point. All right. All right, parking. Oh, that's me. Oh, there's no one there. Funny that. That's all right. Jake, rattle around, and I'll show you. Well, let's open one of the windows. Oh, it's a bit blue. So this will be nice in here. This is at the top. Let's put that back up again. Let's go up. So there's no hurry to jump out of the car. Plus I'm sooking because it's cold outside. So I've got to have my green juice. I love a story time, right? So for about 10 years, I loved cold press juicing. I would do it religiously. With cold press juicing, you can actually juice and you can put it in the fridge for a couple of days and it doesn't lose its nutrients. That's the good thing about cold press juices. This is not me selling cold press juices, but I definitely recommend them, just saying. I couldn't tell you which one I recommend. There's lots of them out there, just saying. But it comes from a travel trip because I am a travel content producer. I'm a travel content creator. That's what I am. I'm a creator, apparently. Upload to your videos. See more. What? Well, that's a really weird pop-up. So, yeah, so let's talk about travel. So I was traveling, backpacking around Malaysia for 1 month. That was one hell of a trip. This would have been 12 years ago now, guys. And it was one of the best trips I've done. By myself, solo. And it was like one of these things where I had a flight to Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur back, and then everything in between I could join. Like I had to organise myself, and that's my way of travel. I don't like to organise anything. That way I can meet travellers and go, oh, I'll go with you, or you know, I might have been going to Malaysia, but I might end up meeting people and going to Sri Lanka. Who knows? But that's how I like to travel, right? I'm very random, and yes, because I travel by myself, I can do that. So yeah, no set plan. But my rough idea was I wanted to go around the islands. No, still nothing happening there, so it's all right. We've got time to chat. And I'm getting to a story here, right? It links it up to the green juice, okay? Trust me. So, yeah, fly over, and the plane actually stops at Singapore. I did not know this, right? So I'm supposed to get off at KL, and the plane stops at Singapore. I'm like, oh, what's happening? And we actually don't have to get off the plane, or do we have to get off the plane? I think we all have to get off the plane. We all have to get off the plane and get back on again. It's just purely because there's some people, this plane just stops at Singapore on the way. So, okay. Anyway, so I thought to myself, oh, you know what? I could get off at Singapore, because I actually thought about it a little bit more. I was reading like an article in some book. I mean, the idea of the trip was to go to the islands of Malaysia. There's lots of islands in Malaysia, you know, top, bottom, round and round. But then I read about Bintang, not Bintan, Bintan Island, not like Bintang beer, which is Indonesian beer. I'm half Indonesian. So Bintan Island is at the bottom of Singapore. It's actually an Indonesian island, but it's closer to Singapore. I thought, you know what? If I get off of Singapore, I could go to Bintan Island, and then from Singapore, you go down the bottom of Malaysia and up around Malaysia, and then I can get home to KL and then home. I thought, what a great idea. So I did that. Got off, went to Bintan Island, had the best trip, right? So that's my long story short, had the best trip. But on that trip, I finished off on an island called Langkawi. Langkawi is quite a famous island in Malaysia. It's very pretty, very pretty. So, Bintan Island, Malaysians pretty good with money wise, like for Australians. Well, back then, 13 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. Cost of things was quite good, right? So you live like a king, right? So I was getting really fresh, like watermelon juice, pineapple juice, mango. Oh my gosh, we should get out of the car, right? Stop talking. So anyway, that's where my juice came from, because, yeah, like, why not? Okay. Oh, wow, guys. Just in time. Wow. This is lovely. And to get it, just making sure that my camera is nice and clear. How cool is this from up here? Through the gum trees, sunrise through the gum trees. Now that is beautiful. I have never, ever seen a sunrise from the gum trees up here. And I've lived here most of my life. This is the first, guys. We are seeing the sunrise from Scotts Point, where I've never actually gone to watch the sunrise. This is magical. Wow. And then you have birds up here. They're lorikeets up here. I can just hear them. Wow. It's always nice to look at the other glow. So that's a little beach that I normally go down to and walk around, but it's high tide, right? You can't walk down there. That's Scotts Point, the cove, where I like to go swimming. So there's barbecues up here, tables. It's very nice. Water fountain. Yeah, so to finish off my story, so I have a bit of a haze over my head, like I've got a halo. Okay, so the end of my story is that I came home from that trip absolutely loving fresh juices. So I bought a cheap juicer, because I didn't want to buy an expensive flash juicer, because it might just be a fad, and you know, juices are expensive. So I didn't want to buy an expensive juicer and not use it. So I bought a cheap juicer, absolutely loved it. I was going to the markets every Sunday, buying so many fresh fruits and vegetables. Loved it. Making all these different concoctions. But I was doing a lot of sugar in it, like as in like there's a lot of vegetables. Not a lot of vegetables, I mean a lot of fruit. Oh, gorgeous, guys. I need to do a screenshot of that. Oh, I really turned my phone off. Wow. I'm not sure if this live's even working. It had some weird thing that came up and said, upload. No one's jumped on, which is really weird. Normally I get a few people on, at least random strangers. When I was driving, I did get a couple of random strangers, but I didn't actually see who they were. Then that message came up about oh no, that is working. Hey, Kelly, how you going? Thank you for jumping on, because I actually thought the phone wasn't working. I just literally have having some weird pop-ups come up on the phone, and then I actually turned the phone off by accident when I was trying to get a screenshot from the phone. So I've just been sitting here having a chat to myself, talking about cold pressed juicing. Are you into cold pressed juicing, Kelly? I'm great. I'm just standing here watching the sunrise over an area where I've actually never watched the sunrise. This is a really beautiful area where I live in Redcliffe. It's called Scotts Point. I'm normally walking on the beach down there. Kathleen would have told you that. That's where I normally do my lives, walking on the beach, watching the sunrise. But for something different, I thought I'd come up here. It was a bit cloudy this morning, so the sun didn't rise on cue. But it was really nice to watch it from up here, to be honest. Okay, you're not a cold press juicer. I was just having a story about how I found juicing when I went to on a holiday in Malaysia. I was backpacking around Malaysia, juicing, like buying fresh juices there, like mango juice. It's just so cheap in Malaysia. Cost of living is so much cheaper in Asia than obviously in first world countries. Kelly, are you from America? Or are you from Canada? Or are you from the UK? I'm just guessing you're from one of those three countries. So you're definitely in the northern hemisphere, because it's late afternoon here. Yeah, it's 6:39 a.m. here on Wednesday morning here in Australia. So anyway, I got into cold press juicing. Well, I bought a juicer when I got home from that trip, and I absolutely loved it. So then I upgraded to an actual cold press juicer. Cold press juicing means that you can juice and not lose the nutrients, because it doesn't actually heat it up. A lot of the cheap juices, they fizz it up, like they just blend it up basically, and then you lose your nutrients. I'm not selling juices here, but I just love juicing. It's a very good thing to do for yourself. I don't do it anymore, unfortunately. My juicer did pack it in and die. And I just discovered, I just got this green powder that I get from a health food shop. I put green powder in here with some water. I also take some collagen powder, and yeah, that's what I do now in the mornings. But I was just having a ramble to myself because there was no one online. I just thought I'd ramble. But yeah. So yeah, Kelly, where are you from? America. It's 4:40 p.m. Okay. I'll show my face because I wasn't purposely hiding my face. I was just watching the sunrise. How are you this morning? Oh, this afternoon, should I say, Kelly? Nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you on my live. How weird is that, right? We have been in, in so many different lives together, and yeah, we've crossed over a few times, and now we're connected in this YouTube world, and now you're on my live. How weird is that? So I was watching some of your videos the other day, Kelly. So obviously you are a teacher. Yeah, collagen powder is supposed to be really good for you. So yeah, I did finally get some. It also depends on, like, you know how it's a bit of a buzz thing at the moment, collagen? Like, you know, when the things are buzzes, like there's many different products you can get out there. So it does complicate the market. Yeah, so I've got one that's got all the good stuff in it. I could rattle off stuff, but I can't really remember the terms too much. But like, there's three ingredients in the collagen that you need to have in it to make it a really good one. So I couldn't tell you what they actually are though, off the top of my head. East Coast. Yeah, cool. No problem. Okay, well, we're gonna go walking. I'm just gonna put this back in my car because I was just literally watching the sunrise from all these trees in here. It's just so beautiful. You've got these beautiful gum trees. And I was literally just doing a live on Monday morning saying, I've never come up here and saw the sunrise. Now I have. And it was spectacular. So anyway, we're just going back to my car to get a bottle of water. And got my hat because it's sunny out here. It's amazing, Callie. It's winter here in Australia. It says it's 14 degrees. It's actually quite nice. I was sooking a bit before when I didn't want to get out of the car because I thought, oh, it's a bit cold. It's actually lovely. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm just going to plug in my ears. There we go. Can you hear me now? That sounds okay, doesn't it? Okay, I gotta hold this up because it wraps around my hair and stuff, and it apparently annoys people. All right, so sunrise from the back of some gum trees. That was really nice. I really enjoyed that, guys. This is a new platform they've just built here. I love this spot here. You've got this beautiful big tree. Look at this. I don't know, do you guys have fig trees in the Northern Hemisphere? These are Moreton Bay fig trees. So Moreton Bay is this bay here. And there's an island out the back there called Moreton Island. Oh, you can't see it because, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm guessing you probably don't have Moreton Bay figs, but you might have a fig tree. So fig tree is obviously where you get figs from, as in fig fruit. But look at the roots. Look how long they go. You do not want one of these in your front yard. They will ruin your yard. Go into your house, wreck your house basically, and your plumbing. It just literally goes all the way down there. It's like snakes. So yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, I'm fascinated with trees. Like, my dad was a big greenie, so I used to follow him on his bushwalks a lot. But I wouldn't actually take note of what the trees were. He was into the scientific names for trees. Like, this is a gum tree, but we all have a scientific tree name for it, like the Latin term. So these gum trees are trees that koalas would normally play in, sleep in. So this is a really great place for a barbecue. These get cleaned by the local council every morning. Isn't that great? So every morning they're cleaned and they're free to use. You just press a button and then you're supposed to clean them after you use them. Water fountain, bins. Yeah, it's a really nice little park actually. But more than anything, it's just a really beautiful little area. Nice green area. But yeah, normally at low tide, you can walk all the way around to the point, which is Scott's Point. So these houses down here look like they've got like private beaches, but they're public, but just sometimes there's no beach at all. So gorgeous. So Kelly, yeah, he's into scientific names too. Well, my dad actually wrote the first of its kind. He wrote a first of its kind in Australia, a Latin book. Well, it's not Latin, but a reference book for native plants in Australia. So basically, it tells you why the plant, like the eucalyptus plant, for example, warning, why the eucalyptus plant was called the eucalyptus plant and its Latin name. So it was the first of its kind in Australia. So all the native plants in Australia, most of them, he basically researched them all in their Latin terms, and he got them typed up back in the day. So for the last 30 years, he's been basically selling the book. He's self-published. Unfortunately, he's passed away now. So before he passed away, we got it redone in a better format for him. But unfortunately, he didn't see it happen. But I still continue to sell them. I sell them wholesale to different like native plant bookshops, all different kinds of. There's a lot of bushwalking groups in Australia and nurseries and just native plant kind of places, and actually botanical gardens, they take the book too. So my sister sells it on Facebook. To retail kind of prices, and then I sell them wholesale. Obviously, this is just a lot. I don't do this full time. It's just a part-time, one of my part-time gigs I do. It doesn't make us any money. It's just something that we do for our father because it's his legacy. And obviously, a lot of people now look them up on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, like on the internet and stuff like that. But a lot of people do like to carry a book around. I guess you could say the older generation like the books, and being able to put it in their back pocket and walk around the bush and kind of identify, different trees and find out why they're called these names. So it's kind of a nice legacy that we continue to do for my father. So yeah, it's really pretty down here. So normally you can walk along this beach. I mean, I could skim across here if I wanted to, but because I'm carrying the phone and doing a live, I'd probably need to concentrate more. So I'm not going to do that. I'll just walk up here. Oh no, Kelly, don't worry. So sorry. He lived an amazing life. Oh, shivers. I just got nearly nailed by a bird. My dad died at 87 years old. He's quite an old father. Older father. I think he was 55 when he parented myself. But yeah, my dad was one of my favourite people in this world. So he did leave a legacy on me, that's for sure. That's why I like walking and being in nature. So this car park here has some people camping. I shouldn't really show you. No, I'm not going to show you guys. I've got some people homelessly living here. So I don't need to show you that, guys. Out of respect for these people. So yeah, this is Margate Beach in the suburb of Redcliffe. Very beautiful. I love where I live. Kelly, you said you lived on? Did you say that you lived on the west coast? West. So did I get that right? West coast. So that means like I used to live very shortly, a short time in Massachusetts, in Cape Cod, which is west coast, right? No, it's not. It's east coast. I don't know what east from west at the moment. Okay, so west coast. Oh, okay. I lived on the east coast. My goodness, west coast, California. See, have you seen these guys? These are pop-up. These are inflatable stand-up paddleboards. How have you been going with your inflatable? Yeah?
Yeah, awesome.
This is one of the king ones, yeah. Because they're not badly priced, are they?
I think I paid special. I think I bought $200-300.
That's what I thought. Yeah, they're actually not badly priced.
They're really good.
It looks like well used too. So it's done.
I use it like weekly, so it's it's nowhere near pumped up yet, but I've got a leak in the thing out here.
Oh,
so
okay.
I stop it intermittently when I run out of breath. But
Okay.
it's been brilliant. They've been I've had like so many experiences, like with dolphins, dugongs, sharks.
Dugongs.
Yeah, dugongs. Yeah.
I've never seen a dugong out
Bribie
there.
Passage. I've seen
Yeah.
probably 10 in the Bribie Passage.
I've heard that. Yeah, that's
And
where the
they,
place to go.
And they swim like underneath it and across the front of my board. Dolphins. Then a dolphin touched the front of it once with his tail. Like
Yeah.
they've been really close. In the rivers, the Pine River, North Pine and South Pine rivers, they've been
The bull sharks.
heaps of them.
Yeah.
I've seen more bull sharks in the rivers than I've seen sharks in the ocean by 10 to 1 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere, but
Are they big?
nah, including their tail, they're about that long.
That's
usually.
big enough.
And they're really gross looking too. They're really like motley, you know, like they're not like a traditional just a grey shark.
Yeah,
they're
no.
Really, they remind me of like a shitty old dog from the dump or something.
Well, that's why they're in the Brown River, I guess, isn't it? Yeah.
And they're in like, I mean, I've been on my board in like this much water.
Yeah.
And one's just swim underneath me, like in just this cattle. It's where a low point where the cattle cross from someone's property.
Okay.
And the sharks just, I mean, the guy that owns that property, he would have injuries to his cattle, I'm sure, when they're crossing the creek because they walk from one side to the other.
Yeah.
And I reckon they'd have to have times where a shark could have a bite.
I'm sure they do. That's how they survive.
So, but yeah, it's they've been wonderful. They've been really, really good. It's going to be 15 psi. So when it's pumped up fully, it'll be hard, like it'll be hard like a normal board.
Yeah. I felt them before. They're great. But so can I ask you? So without that leak in it, is it pretty easy to put up?
Yeah, they're about 160 pumps.
Okay.
To blow it up.
Okay.
This is a 3-stage. See, I can change this to. I think it's really heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
You can change different settings there.
Right. Okay.
So now that it's leaking, but I just got to keep the air into it.
Right.
Yeah, it's really good.
Because it came with that pump, didn't it?
No.
It doesn't. You got to pay extra for that.
Pump,
okay.
You pay extra for this one.
Okay.
I think it's about $70.
So the pump it comes with is not good?
No.
Okay.
330 pumps.
Okay. Okay, so that's shit.
Yeah, so this one is about half.
Yeah, right.
And
it's pretty long. Yeah, they're good too, aren't they?
All under there and,
yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah. The reason why I haven't got one yet is because, have you seen, is it Rock? I think Rocket. There's a website called Rock something.
Yeah.
They're based in Brisbane.
Yep.
But they also do them too, but they complicate it because they've got so many different versions.
Yeah.
And they also have the version where you can turn into a kayak.
Yep.
Which I like that option too.
Well, you can just buy.
Yeah, because you can probably, seats. That's right, you can put that on there, couldn't you?
Just put it there, and then, I've got one somewhere, but I think I lost it at home, but.
Yeah.
So I take out clients from a support worker, so I can take clients and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm a support worker too, so I'm like, I should get one.
It's really good. It's
to run off the tax.
A guy gave me that. I gave me 2 kayaks the other day.
Yeah.
He found out I was a support worker, and he gave me those 2 kayaks.
Oh, good.
Another one's at home, but so yeah, it's
Yeah, right. Oh, it's so beautiful to do it out here today too. Yeah. Is it your birthday today, by chance? Oh, okay, right.
We're going to take it, I'm going to tow her. She's going to get in the kayak, and I'm going to tow her. She's going to go for paddle.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, enjoy your day. See ya. Okay, I have to get one of those guys. Stand up paddleboard. Oh, Kelly, are you still there? You've never seen the stand up paddleboard? Well, inflatable one. Yeah, they're really cool. So obviously much easier to carry an inflatable than a normal stand-up paddleboard because they're so heavy. I've actually got a normal stand-up paddleboard. No, actually I gave it away actually because they're so heavy and you can't get them on your roof. So yeah, that's where we were walking. Absolutely stunning. Hello, Wednesday. Oh, that's unusual. You don't normally get that kind of shell here. Wow. Actually, Kelly, have you seen the photos? Have you seen the photos where? Okay, I'm going to show you. Oh, whoops! I'm going to show you. Let me just. Take you out. Unplug you. Oh, let me show you this, okay? What I'm trying to do is make myself wear a skirt. Like this. I've got to go right back though. Okay. I don't know how I did it. So basically the idea is this kind of, you put it like down here and you go back and it looks like you're wearing a skirt. So like, for example, I did this to my partner Diego and it looked like he was wearing a skirt because it's so pretty. Yeah, anyway, maybe you had to be there. Anyway. Actually, while I'm here, so Kelly, I do this thing called jumping for joy. It's like a jump basically. And I normally do it at sunrise. So while I'm here, let's go to, okay. So I normally do a jumping for joy on the beach. What a gorgeous morning, guys. So gorgeous. I should be walking, but I'm kind of sidetracked looking if there's any nice shells. And sometimes there's some really nice sea glass. So there's sea glass there. Normally to carry a bucket and I collect the sea glass. But yeah, I am supposed to be walking. See, that's rubbish. Bottles. This is what happens when I walk on the beach. I end up collecting all the rubbish. Okay, I'm trying to refrain from collecting rubbish right this minute. They'll really want to pick up all the rubbish because, you know, rubbish needs to be picked up. And I could have took my bucket. Whoa, 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 whoa. So that's a big bit of sea glass. It's like a shark tail, like a shark fin. I don't know if you heard that guy. Oh, this guy's going scuba dive, like snorkeling out there with a scuba, one of those, not scuba guns. He's got those metal detectors, but the water. Cool. I don't know if you heard that guy saying that when he goes stand-up paddleboarding in different places, but he was going down a river. The Pine River is a river near where we live here, and he sees lots of bull sharks. Bull sharks are these ugly looking things that they've adapted to live in fresh water. So they're originally from the ocean, but they have now adapted to live in fresh water, which is friggin' scary, right? And I don't know if you heard him, he was saying they're really ugly, they're like mutant, they're just feral looking. They're not overly huge. They would take a snap out of you though, so you got to be careful. I wouldn't swim in that water, for God's sakes, no. He stand-up paddles boards in it. He reckons he sees lots of them. They eat cows and stuff like that. He was saying that, saw on a property where the guy had lots of cows. That's a big show. Glorious morning, glorious morning. So Kelly, do you live near the beach? Do you like going to the beach? Or do you live near a lake? Because, lakes, some of your lakes in America are huge. Like, they've got massive beaches and they've got big seas. Or I understand if you don't want to, just let people know where you're from. That's fine. I get it. Okay, we've got Mr. Pelican up here. That's another reason why I came up this direction. I normally walk from that way down this way and then back, but I always get the pelicans at the end. These pelicans always hang out down this end because, oh my God, he's coming up right up to us, guys. So I'm just going to stay here. He's coming up this direction because the fisherman's behind me. So I don't want to go close to him, but we'll just stand here. And he will probably just walk straight past me. They're pretty tame like that, but I wouldn't purposely go up to him. He wants to walk past me, that's up to him. Okay, so you go to the beach once a year. I'm obsessed with pelicans. I think, look at that wattle. Like, that wattle is just the cutest thing you've seen. Waddle, 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 waddle. There's like about 5 of them that hang out here. So just remember, I didn't come up to him. That's so cute. He's watching me, making sure that he's safe. See, he's like, I know you're there. They're like small humans. They're huge. So yeah, he's going back up this way because the fisherman's here. He's hoping that he'll get some bait from the fisherman. Okay, maybe this guy's going to give him something actually. He's going to cut something up, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I mean, technically speaking, we shouldn't give wild animals food. But you can see that these guys are pretty tame. And if you watch my lives enough, you know that they're always hanging out here next to the fishermen. Because when the fishermen finish their fishing, they just chuck their bait in the water. And then obviously the pelicans just swoop in and get them. Or they might intentionally give them a bit of bait, a bit of fish or something. Let's see what happens here. He's pretty much just going to wait there. Look, waiting there. Okay, this guy is descaling a fish. I don't think he's going to descale a fish or the pelican. I think he's descaling the fish to take home. So I think this pelican's going to be really upset. He's not going to do anything, obviously, the pelican, but I'm just saying that, you know, the pelican thinks he's going to get something here. So funny. Honestly, I could stand here and watch them all day. They're just so beautiful. But yeah, we do have a thing to do. We're supposed to be walking. We're walking for exercise. Do you like walking, Kelly? I started doing these lives, Kelly, probably about a month and a half ago. I was training for a walk that I recently did. It was a 30-kilometre walk, which is about 18 miles in one day. It's a big chunk. So yeah, it was an 18-mile walk for mental health awareness. So I'm a big advocate for mental health. I lost a good girlfriend to mental health a few years ago, so I do all these walking challenges or health challenges to raise awareness for mental health. And it was a good opportunity to, you know, while I was walking on the beach, because I was training on this beach, going up and down this beach lots of times, because, oh, look, there's another one of those shells. That is really rare. Like, you don't often see that here. These are more shells that you get from the Pacific Islands, which are like way out there. But obviously they float in here. That's beautiful. Someone's gonna pick that up and like that. yeah, so I started doing these lives because I was like, well, I'm walking on the beach. I've just come back from holidays from Europe where I'd been doing lots of lives, just taking people on, walking tours of, Paris and Luxembourg where I was. And because I was training for this walk, I wasn't going to have time to do like editing for my normal content that I normally do, which is kind of travel content or adventure hiking stuff that I normally do around here. So I thought, you know what? Two birds, one stone. I put a live out. I'm still connecting with people. The YouTube algorithm, whatever that really means, let's face it, no one really knows. But yeah, so anyway, that was my way of still being on YouTube. But it's actually come out, I've really got a huge lot out of it, Kelly. I think I see you on some of the lives. So you've done a few lives with Karen, I think. So have you done lives yourself? Are you into them? Not everyone's into them, I get it. Okay, we've got 2 more pelicans down here with some more fishermen. Actually, 3 pelicans. Okay, these guys must be feeding them because there's 3 pelicans hanging around this person. Literally right in front of where he's fishing too. Oh, this is funny. Okay, I can't see if you see that. Oh, well, we're just gonna walk there anyway. A weighted vest. I do have one at home, but I didn't know it was a trend anymore. A friend of mine gave it to me years ago. When I was training to go to Everest Base Camp, I used to wear it. I do wear it sometimes, but I generally find my backpack, if I'm just hiking with my backpack, it's heavy enough with all the crap I carry. But yeah, they're a good thing to do because they do actually, you're holding like 5-10 kilos, extra weight, and it makes you work harder. So yeah, it does work. But yeah, I don't purposely wear one. I probably did a couple of years ago when I was training up and down a mountain just behind, like there's a couple of streets up here that are quite hilly, and they're good to wear your backpack or your weighted vest. Here we go. Let's have a chat to this guy and see what he has to say, because I bet you any money these guys are like hassling him. Look at them, literally so beautiful. I'm just going to put the phone down. I'm not going to show this guy's face. Sounds like you've got a few friends this morning. Have you caught anything this morning?
And you have a line in the water that's going to get in the road. So.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Look at them.
I gave them my bait.
Oh, did you? Yeah. And they're still hanging around.
That's why they're hanging around, still waiting for more.
They're so cute to watch, aren't they?
They're not bad.
But it's interesting how like they're very trusting of us humans now.
Yeah, yeah.
They really get close, don't they? But they're also very sneaky. They know exactly what they're doing here.
Yeah.
They're like, yep, we got your bait. You must have some more. That's why we're waiting for you. No, they're a bit like that, aren't they? That's the problem with feeding them, eh?
Another lady down here, she came down with a digital camera and all that stuff, and she was catching the sunrise and up earlier before.
Yep.
Taking photos where they were all hanging around me, waiting for the bait to come out.
It's probably one of those photographers that puts them on the local papers, like the local Facebook.
Another lady went past and she said, "Can I take a photo?" Sure.
Oh.
I'll send it to you. So she sent me the photo of it.
Oh, really? Is it? Yeah. Oh, I bet you it was a good one. Yeah, there's a lot of local photographers that put some really great photos on the Facebook page. Yeah. So you might be famous soon. Oh, well, these guys are definitely famous, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they do on their page.
Yeah. They love it. Well, anyway, have a good day.
Good day for it.
Yeah. So he's not even fishing. He's just sitting there because they're in the way of him where he chucks his line. It's hilarious. No, I doubt. Hi, Deb. How you going? Did you see the pelicans? I know you love pelicans too. They're just hanging out with that guy. I am live, Deb. You're not watching one of my reruns. I'm really here, Deb. Are you out of hospital? Are you okay? So, Deb, you've got Kelly. So, teacher Kelly Tag is a new friend I've made. She lives on the west coast of the States. So, Kelly, Deb Warwick, she doesn't make content. She's just a viewer. She lives in Spring, Texas. She's just come back from a holiday from Colorado where she was visiting a family actually. But yeah, Deb's been having some health problems. I'm sure, Deb, you don't mind me saying that. I know Deb's going to say in the chat about how she is. Hey, Susan, how you going? Susan, you just missed. We had a really nice encounter with some pelicans. So much so that I was literally just stood here and it just literally walked past. And then this guy up here, fisherman, he's got 3 pelicans literally just hassling him so much that he can't even fish. So he just gave them his bait and he's like packing up. But anyway, how are you, Susan? So I'm just waiting for Deb to tell us how she's feeling, because Deb said that she was last time, well, she actually put in one of my live reruns that she was in hospital. So just seeing how you are, Deb. And Susan is High Country Homestead. So Kelly, if you're still there, I don't know if you've met Susan. So teacher Kelly Tag is Kelly, obviously. And Susan is my friend from Victoria. She lives in the Alpine region of Victoria, and she's a homesteading channel. So very interesting channel, Kelly. So High Country Homestead is Susan from Victoria. Kelly is a new friend I've just made. She is kind of follows the same groups of friends that I've made here on the YouTube world, and she's been on a couple of lives with some of my friends that I sometimes am on their lives. I don't know, do you, Karen? I don't know, Susan, if you know that group of ladies. So Karen's not often in my live, so you probably haven't met her through that. But Karen's page is YouTube over 40, I believe. But yeah, Kelly is in those kind of groups. And anyway, we've just made friends through Kathleen, probably. You've met Kathleen, my friend Kathleen, Kathleen's Place, who's from Swashwa in Canada. So, Susan, I did a live yesterday afternoon from the deck. I had to, do my 2-week show and tell of my plants to make sure they're still alive. They're still alive. Some of them are nearly dead though. We just did have, how you went through a bit of a crazy storm period. We've had a lot of wind. So my plants got a bit wind burnt. So yeah, I'm trying to save them. So I gave them a bit of nutrient love yesterday. I actually showed on the live how you crush up the eggshells. And I explained how, because you're so self-sufficient on your property, that you wouldn't use a blitzer because it would take too much power. And funnily enough, I had to do 3 lives because the power from the blitzer, from mixing up, blending up the eggshells, actually turned the live off. And I didn't realize that till like the 3rd live. And I said, look, I should have just did what Susan does. She puts them in a plastic bag and, just smashes them up. So that was funny. So what on? Susan, you're saying here, had a good day. I had a rest day yesterday. I'm getting overwhelmed with life. I need to have a day off. Had a Netflix day with my daughter. Oh, well, I'm really glad you had a Netflix day. Netflix and chill with your daughter. What movies did you watch? You do it. So people, listening to my rants, Susan, who is High Country Homestead, she does a lot of stuff. Like, she is 50 something, living on land by herself. Well, I mean, she's with her daughter, but she looks after land by herself. So she's a one lady team running like cows. She's got a llama. No, you got an alpaca. She's got cows, alpacas, chickens. she's fully self-sufficient, like as in she even barters, like for example, people, she has people come onto her land and cut up her trees for her so she can use that for firewood. So instead of paying someone to do that, she gives them, like, they take some of the firewood away. So it's like a barter system. So she does that with a lot of things. So like she lives on the land. It's amazing. But at the same time, that's hard work. I get why, you can get so stressed out. And then on top of that, you do a lot of writing for like different publications. So yeah, Susan is a busy lady. You definitely need some days off. I'm glad you did take a Netflix day and chill. Oh, so Susan, Kelly's page is obviously by her handle name. She's a teacher. So she tells, she has videos on, I guess, different topics on teaching. Now, I'm sure I'm right with this one, Kelly. I'm sure that you've done some work in special schools too. I'm sure you had a video on, I'm telling you, it's Down syndrome. You were telling people about Down syndrome. I'm sure that was your channel. If I've got that wrong, I'm sorry. But I'm sure I got that right. It was very interesting because I work in the disability space and I don't work with people with Down syndromes, but it's always good to know more details about, different disabilities. You watch Demon Slayers. Okay. The American Tourist with Johnny Depp. Oh, shit. I just pressed something funny on my phone. Okay, so Deb, you're saying yes, I see them. I'm still in hospital with a heart problem and pneumonia. Okay, that's not good. Okay, well, I'm glad you're in hospital. That's the best place for you right now, Deb. I mean, you have been complaining about your heart racing, so it'd be great to be able to get that checked out. Be patient. I know you probably want to get out of there. Hospitals aren't, a fun place to be, but hey, at least you're able to tune in. And we're thinking of you, Deb. I did say on my live yesterday that, because Lavender was there, they were asking about you too. And I said, look, she's not great at the moment. She's in hospital. So I said that I'd let them know next time I talk to them how you were going. So I'm glad I heard from you, Deb. Actually, Susan and Deb, Lavender came on yesterday because I know you're going to ask me how Lavender was. So Kelly, Lavender is a young lady. She's only 15. She's been in my live chats a lot. So Deb and Susan have made friends with Lavender. Actually, everyone's made friends with Lavender. She's a lovely little soul. But she's actually got breast cancer. We've just found that out recently. And she just had a surgery and she just got checked in the last couple of days. And she said to me yesterday afternoon that apparently the doctors have said to her that the cancer's still there. So, yeah, I don't know what the next steps for her are. But obviously, yeah, not great being a 15-year-old. Poor thing. Oh, okay, yes. So, yeah. So I did get that right, Kelly. You're a special education teacher. Right. So I've had a few different careers in my life. My current career at the moment is I mentor young adults with disabilities to find work. So I actually got into the industry quite randomly because the employment agency wanted people to be able to sell, not actually, know all the fine details of people with disabilities. So unfortunately here in Australia, there's a big push, not unfortunately, it's a good thing, a big push to get people employed. that even have disabilities, because let's face it, the people with disabilities can get jobs. It's just they need a little bit of extra support and maybe need extra, training and, some extra support on the job. So I worked in a lot of agencies for years, helping people get jobs. I actually ran into a lady that I helped years ago yesterday. It's very random. I recognised her face. I said, "Oh, I know your face." She goes, "Yeah, you're Muriara." I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, I used to be my employment consultant, so and so." So that was really, really cool. But yeah, I work for myself now, and I don't have KPIs or anything like that. I just basically have to give these young people that really the government have kind of not, I wouldn't say given up on, but don't think that they'll ever get jobs. They have packages from the government where they get money every week. They live with their family, pretty much stay home and watch YouTube and play games all day, which is really sad because they don't have any social interaction. They don't have friendships. They don't communicate well. Oh my gosh, we have got a bird off here. Maybe not. It just really looked funny. That black one was like having a conversation with a seagull. Yeah, so anyway, my job is to basically try to encourage them, motivate them to want to work. So yeah, I've been doing that for the last 4 years by myself, for myself, with a group of young people that I managed to wangle out of different schools I kind of networked with. Hey Mike, how you going? So welcome to this chat, Mike. I think Mike, you know everyone in the chat except Kelly. You probably don't know Kelly. So Mike is Mike Ventures Sparks. He's from Minnesota. So he's actually a new channel I've just been recently met through comments on someone else's videos. Rob Martini, I think his name. Was it Robert? I don't know. Someone. Anyway, I was checking. Karen talks about him a lot, so you would have heard about him, Kelly. So I was in his comments and I saw the name Mike Adventure Sparks, and I thought he must be an interesting channel. So I went onto his profile and then checked out a couple of his videos, left him some comments, and he came over to my page. So we became mates. So he lives about 4 or 5 hours away from the Minnesota lake, but he's into fishing. So he's often in my ear, like I'm in his ear. He's listening to podcasting with Dora on my lives while he's fishing. Actually, guys, we'd better turn around. I've got to remember, I've got to work today. I get sidetracked a lot, guys. I love walking on the beach. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, and sorry, Mike, teacher Kelly Tag is someone new in our chat. She's another new person I've just made friends with recently. She's friends with quite a few people that I kind of subscribe to, and I'm on sometimes on their lives, and they're on my live sometimes. So yeah, Kelly is from the west coast of the States. She's about 4 or 5 hours from the beach. She's a special education teacher. So her channel tells you about different teaching things that are going on in the teacher's world, but she also talks about her experience in special education. And there was a particular video I was watching about Down syndrome. And I actually think it's really interesting. Like, even though people might not be, teachers ourselves, or have a disability, or have knowledge of people with disabilities, because that's where I came from. I didn't have any knowledge of people with disabilities. but it's really good to know about disabilities. I think it makes you more aware, like especially Down syndromes. Is like Down syndrome is such a, there are, I can't remember what you said the stat is, like it's actually more common than you think of. Did you put a stat in your video, Kelly? I'm sure I heard a stat and I thought, wowzers, it's actually more common than I thought. So guys, I always kind of introduce channels because, like, I'm happy for you guys to, connect, but always be wary. Like, don't do sub for sub, guys. Like, it doesn't work. If you want people to watch your channel, get to know them. But obviously, if Kelly's page sounds very interesting, obviously check her out. Give her some comments. If that's something you would like to see more of, then subscribe. But it is okay not to subscribe to people's channels if it doesn't resonate with you. I mean, I always say to people, I actually said to people yesterday when I was doing my live about my, from the, basically gardening, I said, hey, I'm not a garden channel, guys, so don't follow me for gardening tips. I actually said that. I said, don't follow me or don't subscribe, because it's not what you're going to find on my channel. And I say that in the nicest way, guys. It's like, from the YouTube, gurus, they say that, don't just do the sub for sub, because no one will be watching your channel. I know people that do sub for sub and they have these, lots and lots of people that subscribe to them. But then when you look at their videos, no one's watching their videos. So I've just kind of early on kind of thought that doesn't really work that great. Anyway, but look, some prove me wrong. I don't know. Do what you want. That's what I say. So yeah, Kelly's got here. Sorry, I'm a bit far behind in the chat. Kelly's got, I work with preschoolers, you work with adults. Yeah. But I've got to say, sometimes my kids are like preschoolers. Oh, I might stay on the track for a little bit longer. Morning. That was a bird in the middle, Susan. You did see it walk. I'm sure you saw it fly off. It looked a bit like a duck, didn't it? I think they call them, I always go to say them shanks. They're not like a shank. They're like a shank, but they're not a shank. Look, I don't retain information very much. It wasn't a seagull. The seagull was next to it. It was a blackbird in amongst two seagulls. So you homeschool too, Susan? Wow, yeah. Kudos to you, mate. Honestly, you are. Yeah, you are. I'm not saying doing it tough, because you're doing what you love. But yeah, it's tough. It's a tough gig. Let's go with that. It's a tough gig. That's why you need days off. Okay, so Susan's kind of backing me up about the sub for sub stuff. Yeah, that's right. I mean, if you like, so this is where the difference is, right, Kelly? If that basket weaving channel had spunk, like for example, you like their personality, and they actually, getting a house demolished up here. And you liked, if they actually intrigued you, like you thought, oh shit, I've never even thought about what basket weaving. It does sound really cool. Then maybe you'd follow it. But if you had no, like, it was dead boring. Like, Like, for example, right, I get a couple, like, when you go on these lives, so Kelly and Susan, you go on a lot of lives, right? Mike, I think you go on a lot of lives too. I'm not sure if you do. I haven't seen you in other lives. but, for example, there's Tuber Chat and all these weird ones right out there, right? No, I'm not saying weird, but like, they're big channels, right? I mean, I know Susan, I met you through Doran's channel, The Source 479. They're different kind of channels, right? They're more about the networking than their actual own videos, right? And when you go into their lives, all people are talking about is like, oh, can someone run my playlist? And I'm like, I get it, like, because, playlists run our watch hours, but a lot of these people, I did it one day, because I didn't really know what she meant. She's like, oh, can you watch my playlist? And I'm kind of thinking to myself, oh, sure. She goes, oh, can you just make sure, just run it in the background when you go to work. And, if you can just come back sometime and just put a couple of comments and likes on a couple of videos. And look, she didn't actually ask me which playlist to watch of mine. She didn't care. All she wanted was to do, like, for me to run her playlist. And I might have played it in the background. I didn't go back and like anything. I didn't watch anything. I was like, whatever. It doesn't mean anything to me. But that was the last time I did it because I thought, I don't get it. Like, why? You're not even going to watch my stuff. And look, I get it because you want the watch hours. So there's a time and place for everything, I guess. But what I'm trying to say is it probably is a better time and place, like, to actually introduce yourself and say, hey, I've subscribed to your channel. Can you help me out here? I need some more watch hours. I'll watch some of your videos if you watch some of mine. Which playlist do you want me to watch? Blah, 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 Not just... And then I get comments on some of my videos. Hey, can you run my playlist? I'm like, okay, hi, nice to meet you too. And they're not even subscribed to me, or they've not even watched my videos. They're just, spamming my page basically. So it's interesting. I'm just like, be human. It doesn't hurt to actually have a conversation. I'm happy to run someone's playlist if they tell me why, and actually want to have a conversation with me. So what I'm trying to say is be human, be normal, say hi. And the comments you get, 527 subs and waiting. I'm like, what are you waiting for? I know they're waiting for me to come back and sub their page, but I'm like, why? Like, you haven't even looked at my content. You don't care about my content. I don't care about you either. I'm saying that in the nicest way, guys, because I don't know them. Why would I care? So anyway, I think it's really funny. So Deb, I'm not collecting sea glass today. I started at a completely different place. Hey, how you going? I started at a completely different place. Oh, look, here comes my two favourite friends. Hey ladies! Yes, I'm doing a live again. Check out these monkeys. How you going, lovely? It's always funny. I'm always on a live. How you going? Good. Do you want to introduce? Tell them your channel. Go on.
Hi, I'm Activate Adventures.
Activate Adventures from Brisbane.
Yeah.
She does adventures.
Yes, I'm trying to activate the adventure in you.
There you go.
Already.
She's got it better than you. Come on, you got to do it better.
I'm addicted to adventure. For fun.
Great, I love that, guys.
Thank you.
So you need to check these guys out, just saying. They're really good.
Morning walk.
I know, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's actually quite hot, isn't it?
Yeah. As soon as
Bloody
you're
hell.
out.
I know, I need to take my jumper off.
As soon as you're out in the sun.
Yeah. Have you guys got the day
Sweaty.
off?
No.
This morning.
I don't.
Yeah. Well,
We're just quickly walking before I have to go.
yeah.
Into the afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fun
Nice
stuff.
start
But you
up.
get the nice mornings then, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
If you get out of bed when it's
I know, it was cold this morning. But it was nice when you got out. That was the main thing, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Did
right,
you
ladies.
start at sunrise? Or?
No, I did. I started up there at
Oh,
Scott's
yeah.
Point.
Oh,
Have you watched? Because you guys live up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've actually never watched the sunrise from Scott's Point. It's actually really pretty.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
you'll
normally
have
down
to
at the
one morning.
beach. Yeah, it's really
But
nice.
Scarborough Sunset is
Oh
awesome.
yeah, that is nice. Yeah, that is nice.
Discovered that one the other week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm glad you're discovering.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I gotta go. See ya.
Okay.
Bye. So you guys should check out their channels. Did you pick that up? Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll tag them in my community post because they are awesome ladies that I've met. Literally, I met them on Instagram, guys, and then literally they moved to my area, and just because we follow each other on Instagram, they knew what I looked like and I knew what they looked like. They're a mother and daughter, right? And I was walking along the beach like I do here, and they're like, "Hey, Dora!" I'm like, "Hey, how you going?" So yeah, that's how we basically met each other because they just moved to my area, and we met on a walk. And now I run into them. The last time I ran into them, I was on a live. So I thought this time I'm going to get them to introduce their channel because I knew they would. Because they are, yeah. So I will tag them in a community post, guys, and I'll tag you guys so you can actually check them out. Because it's nice to, for other people to see other Australian content creators because we're pretty cool people. Just saying. Sorry, guys, I am way behind in the chats. Okay. Did you just find my friend's stuff for me? Another fork in the road? I think another fork in the road is my friend Jordan. But I will tag them in my, I'll put a community post on both of them. I'll do two, one for the mum and one for the daughter. So they do fun stuff. Nikita, which is the daughter, does a lot of diving. So I know Jordan, you'd probably be really interested. Actually, I think Mike would be really quite interested in some of her diving stuff too. She does a lot of diving and snorkeling with whales. Actually, that was another thing about that. She's got some really good connections. She's made friends with a lot of people that have boats, so she's well connected, just saying. And I love snorkeling and diving, right? I'm just not probably as experienced as she is, but I'd love to do one of their adventures one day. But yeah, I'll put them in the community post. So if you guys want to check them out, then you can just go to my community post. Hi Jordan, how you going, buddy? So Jordan is my friend from Florida. Okay, Deb, here we go. We have Pelican, he's hassling the guy with the boat again. Because they're so funny, these pelicans. And then there's another two over here. So cute. What time is it? 7:40. No, I need to stay on the path, guys, because I need to hurry up and motor a little bit more. Okay, so Susan, you can't swim. And look, it all depends on also like if you grew up near the ocean or near pools. Like Susan, did you have a bad experience? Is that why you can't swim, or you lived near areas that didn't have pools and lakes and oceans and stuff? Because obviously, if you didn't grow up near water, why would you learn how to swim? I mean, that's true. I guess you're not a want for it if you're not in your everyday life. Like most of my childhood I lived here. Moved here when I was 7 years old, and before that I lived in the country. So this is an example, right? Lived in the country. I probably didn't do swimming lessons when I was younger because there was a pool out in the country, but there's no kind of want for it. My mum, who's Indonesian, doesn't know how to swim. She never learned to swim, so she wasn't keen to teach us to swim. Didn't care to teach us to swim. My dad, obviously, he was able to swim, but he never bothered to teach us because we lived in the country. So maybe that was the same for you, Susan, potentially. It wasn't until we moved to this area, our neighbours had pools,
So obviously we were invited to go swimming all the time. So my dad made sure that we learned how to swim properly, and he would actually watch us in the pool to make sure that we were able to swim until he let us go rank on the pools. Okay, so you're allergic to chlorine, so you could never swim in a swimming pool. Ah, okay, that makes sense. And of course, that's where you learn to swim, right? You don't learn to swim in the ocean. And let's face it, oceans can be pretty crazy places to swim. I had an experience one time as a teenager where I got completely dunked, and I thought I was going to die. I was like, every time I came up to air, I got dunked again. Like I just got pummeled. And I was around a whole lot of friends, but you know, everyone was getting pummeled, so it was kind of like everyone was kind of getting like smashed by these waves. It was crazy. But I just got back in, I guess. Yeah, Deb, I hear you. Those ones are definitely cheeky because no, they can get food from the fishermen, because look at it, so cute. And I don't like feeding animals, but I'd probably fall for it too if I was sitting there every day fishing and these guys are like hanging out at me, like literally staring at me, eyeballing me. I probably would. Oh, Susan, that breaks my heart. So I'm reading the comment that someone's wrote in here. When someone decided they would they would teach Susan to swim by chucking them in the deep end. And walked and left you. I had to be dragged out and oh my goodness. Susan, how old were you when that happened? Oh, that breaks my heart. Makes me want to, like, I hope those people that did that got in big trouble, or yeah, I don't know, just come back on them. Because honestly, swimming is so amazing, but I get it. And I guess, you know, on your land, do you have lakes? I mean, you would have like a pond or something, wouldn't you, for like water? But you're probably not going to swim in that. My mum has a pond that her ducks like flap around in. There's no way you'd swim in that. It's disgusting. This is a really nice old toilet block, guys. I'm going to show you from the other side. Remembering that Australia is not that old. We're not like England. We're a new country, so to speak. But this is pretty old for our region. So we don't normally call places pavilions. It's very English. It's Point Bathing Pavilion. So you got toilets on each end and swimming pools inside, disability toilets too. So yeah, that's a pretty old kind of building. Hey, Lavender, you're online. How are you? I hope you don't mind, but I did share your information. I know that you wouldn't mind me telling Susan and Deb that are in the chat. You're about 7 or 8. Oh, Susan, the little Susan in you, I just want to hug and just, yeah, those kids are obviously stupid kids, and look, kids are kids, right? Morning, how you going? Like, but that's just, yeah, so sad. So everyone sends their love, Lavender. So that's a nice park. There's a skateboard park, like a skateboard bowl in here. It's pretty funny, it's quite next to the road here. But they filled it in years ago, unfortunately. Mr. Policeman. You feel happy. That's great that you feel happy, Lavender. What made you happy today? So it was one of your relatives, an adult. Oh my gosh. Have you seen that adult relative since? Did you want to? I bet you it was a guy too. So the guys, this is where I saw sunrise this morning. I don't know if Kelly's still there, but Kelly joined me for sunrise here. It was so beautiful. I've never ever seen sunrise here from here. I talk about it, saying I should one day do this because I love the trees here. These beautiful gum trees. How beautiful they are. And I got to watch the sunrise through here. It was pretty nice. Okay, Kelly, yeah. So Kelly got to watch that. So thanks for joining, Kelly. You were nice to talk to in the background, obviously get to know you a little bit more. It's always nice to have company. And it's always nice. I've got, we've got Susan, we've got Lavender, we've got Mike, we've got Deb, we've got Jordan. And I understand that people do lurk in and out. That's cool. Because let's face it, some of the stuff I rant about is a bit boring. I get it. But I rant, not a rant, but like I talk to myself sometimes because if there's no one there to talk to, I'm just going to talk to myself, right? But like, these are put on YouTube and they're, sitting in an archive, so to speak, that, maybe one day I'll go back and listen to. And I'll go, oh, remember that day? I mean, I don't know if I would, but, maybe I would. I don't know. I was, watching sunrise from here to myself. And then, then Kelly joined. Yeah, like I was having a good old rant to myself this morning about cold press juicing. Actually, talking about that, I probably do need to get a cold press juicer again. Anyway, that was another rant. But guys, I'm gonna go. It is 7:48. Ooh, 7:48. I'll go get some water while I finish off my live. Yeah, I'm gonna go to work. What am I doing today? Oh, actually, so I'm going to volunteer at a op shop today. So with my clients, because working is something that is very foreign to them. They don't even get money, to be honest. Like the world of instant, tap tap tap. And let's face it, it's not even like you don't even have to have a disability. Young people these days don't understand money, the value of money, because they use, they just tap. And I'm sure I'm sure Susan's probably going to say there's a reason for that. That's the way the world is going, that everything is instant and everything's tap, 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 so that we can, not have control over our money. So if I have a choice, I'd actually use cash. Just that's my ethos. I'd rather use cash so I know what I'm spending, and it's my money and it's traceable only to me. Banks don't need to know where I spend my money. Just saying. So I'm one of those kind of people. And what I'm trying to say is that the young people that I work with, they've got Buckleys to understand money because, first of all, there's a disability, but everything's on instant tap, 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 tap. Cash is king. Yep, I know. We follow the same people. Susan. I know we do. Yeah, but like I said, so today I'm volunteering at an op shop. It's actually one of my favourite op shops, actually. I'm not going to name the op shop because, someone kind of pointed out to me the other day on a live that, you got to be careful about cyber safety. There's some weirdos out there. They might want to track you down. I mean, if they want to take it on, whatever. But I shouldn't say like that. But there are psychos out there. So I'm not going to say exactly where I'm volunteering today. I can give you a lot of information about my life. I know you guys, but then there's also people lurking in the background that I don't know. So just wary of that. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I'm going to volunteer today. I'll take these out. That's better. But yeah, I love volunteering at this shop. We colour code the clothes. So I'm teaching this young person colours because he is 22 years old, but his parents haven't not taught him colours. So this is another issue I have with people of young ages, and not even people with disabilities. Parents are so busy in life. Busy being busy, because I say that all the time. I'm busy being busy. I don't know what I'm busy with, but I'm busy. Just ask me. But parents are not parenting children anymore. Like, that's where homesteading is probably a really good thing to do with children, because you're actually teaching your kids valuable lessons like, you know, travel training, learning how to use cash, colours, counting, spelling, writing, simple things in life. Parents aren't doing that. They're like, you go to school. So Kelly, I'm sure you're probably thinking like, yeah, I get it. Like you're teaching these young people with disabilities skills that parents should teach them. And yeah, I know parents are, they're awfully busy. They've got stressful jobs. But you know what? You bore these children. I know you've got stressful jobs and you've got to pay for all the things that they want and all that. But it comes back to parenting, man. Like, anyway, it's easy for me to say I don't have children. But that's why I didn't have children, because I know that I wouldn't have the patience to parent a child and parent them properly. Like, I believe that children should be parented properly. Like when my niece comes over, I help. I teach her about different things that maybe my sister might not do because she's busy being busy. So it takes a community to raise children. Anyway, that's my rant today. And what are you guys saying? Yes, I can cook, grow things, and milk cows, and budget. Yeah, Susan, you're awesome. You can milk. I'd love to know how to milk a cow. It'd be so weird, like pulling on their udders and stuff. Yeah, I actually don't like milk, so I'd actually like to try milk from a cow, just because I think that there'd be no preservatives in it. Maybe there's a reason why I don't like milk is because it's got a full of preservatives. Maybe, I don't know. So you guys are having a chat there. Yeah, you guys, okay. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I know you guys are having a chat there. Yeah, you're right, Susan. So it's probably so different to normal cow milk, to like all the stuff that gets put into cow milk here. Well, you guys keep on talking because you guys are having a good old chat there. I'm driving home. So I'll say a long goodbye because I've got like 5 minutes to get home. So I probably will be on again tomorrow morning. We'll walk on the beach. Hope to catch sunrise again. The sunrise this morning was 6:26 a.m. So it's getting earlier by the minute, by the day, should I say, or every second day it kind of moves closer. So yeah, at summertime I've got Buckley's to see a sunrise because it's like 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I already had to set my alarm this morning. I set it to 5:50 a.m. And I tell you, when that alarm went off, I wanted to smash the alarm. It's interesting how like you just get used to like a 6 a.m. wake up. I love a 6 a.m. wake up. It's nice. It's just good for me. But now that the sun is rising a little bit earlier, if I want to catch the sunrise, I have to get up earlier. Oh, I'm just watching the guy that I was talking to, Kelly, about the stand-up paddleboard. I'm just watching him glide along the water while I drive along the water. So nice. So when I was talking to Kelly on the beach, before a lot of you guys were joined, I was talking to a guy about a stand-up paddleboard that's inflatable, a King's brand. King's brand's actually a cheaper brand here in Australia. They're probably made in China though. But yeah, there's, just because where I live, it is, oh my gosh, actually I'm going to show you guys. It's absolutely flat right from here. Let's pull over. Okay, I'm going to turn the car off just in case the police were following me, because, you know, technically I can't get in trouble then. Alright, let me just show you. Oh, that's fine. Look how flat that water is to there. The stand-up paddleboard has like gone way by, but how flat is that? It's just perfect conditions for stand-up paddleboarding. Alright. Put you down again. Continue your conversation, guys.
You probably gather Jordan is really into homesteading, and I'm sure you've picked up on that because I think he's asked you lots of questions, Susan, and he's getting in on a conversation there. It's a real pity that Susan lives quite such a far distance away from myself. She's not exactly around the corner, but definitely Susan is like a type of person, well, I know she's a type of person I would love to go, you know, meet and hang out at their farm and, yeah, help you on your farm. It'd be so much fun. And like when I go to my mum's, I just pass the ladies that I just introduced you guys to. They're having a cup of coffee at the little fish and chip shop that I always kind of walk past. As I said, yeah, it's nice to go on the land and, you know, get dirty, and yeah, I think it's a really good grounding for us mentally. And, you know, this is what I say about my young people. I'm sure, Kelly, if you're still there, like, young people today are not getting as much nature and like grounding and playing in grass and playing in dirt and sand that, you know, we did in their past. Today we're living in worlds of like, you know, everything's very sanitary, like everything's got to be clean, you know, and this is the problem with what happened with the pandemic, that everything has become very like clean and like bleached, and like that's not good for our environment. Like bleach is really shit stuff. And what I'm trying to say is like everything's now chemically cleaned, so like the everyday germs that we used to get, that we're tolerant of, we're not tolerant of anymore, and then we get sick and get all these weird things that never used to exist. And young people now, they go outside, they get a flu. It's ridiculous. All right, so we've got an ambulance coming. Oh, I hope they're okay. I always, when I see an ambulance or a fire truck, I always kind of just give a bit of a blessing and kind of just say, I hope wherever they're going, you know, it's not as bad as, you know, and then I have to deal with, you know, really bad tragedy. Meaning, I hope the person is okay, or the house isn't getting, you know, burnt down and the whole house is ruined. Yeah, I always kind of have that moment of clarity of thought. You know what I love about lives is that it's so weird. Like, I could talk about a topic and then it could be a completely different topic in the chat. And that's okay, and I love that. I was on a funny live the other day, and I was talking to Mike, actually, Mike Adventure Sparks. I think he's still in the background there. And we're talking about dance music. And then suddenly Peter, that was in the chat, Peter Uvuski from the UK, from Liverpool, starts going, oh yeah, I like this music and I like this music. You gotta hear this music. And then I had Matt Lawton in the chat too from UK, and he's talking about dance music, and they're like, you should see this music, and they're tagging me on all these different dance musics. The whole conversation was all about dance music, and I was about to say, I know not everyone loves dance music, and then this conversation just for the next hour was all about dance music. It was hilarious. So when I get back home, guys, what is it, 8 o'clock? Oh, you know what I have to do? If you guys are somewhere still there, I don't know if anyone's still there. I do actually have to run and water my little seedlings. But you know what? I'm going to turn you off, guys, because I can't be holding the phone, trying to do that, make a cup of tea, boil my eggs, because the chickens are now feeling a lot more warmer because the season is like, it's not so cold anymore at home here. We're getting lots of chicken eggs a day. We're getting about 3 or 4 chicken eggs a day. So my partner had 3 eggs this morning for breakfast. I always have 2 boiled eggs. I love boiled eggs. Soft boiled eggs, cut the top off, Bit of salt, pepper and turmeric inside. Yum. With a cup of tea. That's my kind of my breakfast before I go to work. So I've literally got half an hour to get ready, and then I take off at 8:30. Actually, no. Oh my gosh, I've got a longer morning this morning. I don't start till 9. Okay, so if anyone's there, I have got time to show you my seedlings. If you are there, guys, just, yeah, you probably all got left, but anyway, that's all right. I completely forgot. Yeah, I was picking up someone at 9 o'clock from my local train station, actually. Damn. Okay, that's all right. So I probably didn't walk that far today, guys. Maybe I did 5Ks actually. Look, 5Ks aren't bad. That's probably about 7,000 steps. And then through my day with work and stuff, I'll probably do another 4,000 steps. So I try to get 10,000 steps a day in. Doesn't always happen, but some days I do way more. Sometimes not so much. All right. Oh, you guys are still there. If you heard that, guys, I actually have a late start. So, Susan. Oh, Miss Paula. No. You guys were just having a chat while I was driving home, because you can't touch your phone here in Australia. I was just having a ramble saying that I was going to leave you guys to chat, because you guys were having a good old chat in the chat. Hey, Miss Paula. But then I realised I've actually got a later start today, so I can actually take you, because I need to water my plants. So Lavender was online yesterday afternoon with me when I was talking about how I was, giving some nutrients to my little planter pots. And I said in the morning I'll water them. So guess what? It's morning. So if you want to join me, you can. If that's boring for you, that's okay. You don't need to watch. It's all good. All right. So Susan, are you there? I just want to show you, Susan. This is our tomato. My God, the tomatoes are nuts here. If you can hear that noise, that's our chickens. One of our chickens has just laid an egg. The tomatoes have gone nuts. Fresh. Oh yeah, they are. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Down here. Wild raspberry. Oh my gosh, guys. You have no idea how amazing this is. That's a wild raspberry. Well, not my family. Well, yeah, we lived here. My dad bought this house when I was 7 years old. But I bought it off him before he passed away. Just so, anyway, that's another story. Anyway, this is my house now. But I never planted these wild raspberries. I never planted these tomatoes. They just seed. I love seed, like how they just seed and fly around the yard. But specifically these wild raspberries, my dad planted them, and then they'll die and then they'll come back again each season. So it feels like this is a gift from my father. And see how I didn't even clean them? Because we used to have an asbestos roof. We just recently got a new roof, and we don't use chemicals, so I know that's really fresh. We don't have dogs weeing in here. Hopefully Diego didn't wee in here. You have no idea what it feels like to eat a raspberry, first of all, that my father planted. It's amazing. But these wild raspberries are interesting. They've got here. Oh, spikes. I don't know if you can see that, guys. There's spikes. So the point is, if you want to get the tomatoes, you can see little tomatoes in here. Whoops, see the little tomatoes? There's heaps of them in here, guys. It's like a mass of tomatoes and wild raspberries. And methylated spirits. We're renovating the house. Well, I'm not. Diego is. So yeah. But anyway, let me take you through the back here. Let's see. Someone just laid an egg.
And it's warm, guys. Someone literally just laid that egg. It's warm. It's weird, hey? It's nice and warm. Okay, let me just fix this back up. So in here is Blackie. Blackie